leader within your restaurant, go to tpenow.com to book your free discovery call.
Si estás interesado en mejorar tu liderazgo y aprender cómo mejorar tu equipo, tu comunicación, ve a la página web tpenow.com y podrás hacer clic en el enlace de una llamada de descubrimiento y te podemos conectar con alguien que hará un entrenamiento comprensivo contigo.
We're super excited. Ashley and I are super excited to join the TPE team, and we're excited to be your coach. So go to tpe.com and select your coach, get a call. We're super excited about that.
Yeah, and also join our Leader Square. It's a community of leaders where you can dive in and learn about different content, different resources, all with our TPE family. So you can join in to our Leader Square community.
Yeah, we're going to be posting stuff consistently. Actually, every single day, we're going to be posting different leadership quotes, leadership content. So we're super excited about the Leadership Square.
What's up, TPE family? It's time for us to get a little better with the Daily Dose of Leadership with Alex Seal. Let's go!
New TPE.
What's up and what's happening, TPE fam? We're back with another daily dose of leadership where the objective is always to get better each and every day. My name is Alex Seal, and I'm excited to be able to share 20 years of organizational experience with you guys. 15 of those years have been rooted in leadership. So that means I have a ton of experience dealing with people, working with people, helping implement systems, and creating things that contribute to a sustainable business system. My wife and I are also entrepreneurs in our own right, where we have managed our own businesses. And so we just love helping people get better. We love people realizing their potential. And ultimately, what that translates into, we love leadership. And so the TPE, we're all about helping people pivot into their next. That's the whole reason that this organization exists. We're a premier coaching brand that focuses on giving transformative coaching to help people pivot into the next season in their lives. And so thank you guys so much for tuning into this content each and every day. The Daily Dose goes live at 4:30 via Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. And so you can connect with us on those platforms. You can also connect with us on Instagram at TPE Now. That's at TPENOW. And so I want to jump right into today's daily dose because I think the topic for today is something that most people kind of run away from or they don't fully embrace. And I want to encourage you guys to make sure that you lean into this concept because I feel like there's a maxim of mine that I live by. One of those things that I really hold on to and I enjoy and I use it as a governor in my leadership is it simply says men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And I want to talk to you guys today about leveraging data in your business, and how numbers tell a story, how numbers can illustrate to you the things that you're doing well, the things that you can work on, and how just looking at the data that is produced by your organization and how can it steer performance and uplift what you and your teams are doing. And so if you get your notes out, go to your phone. If you're listening to this via YouTube or on your podcast app, get your phone out and take some quick notes for me. And I just want to kind of just throw three things out to you really quickly. Number one, knowing where you are helps you know where you're going. Knowing where you are, how you performed in the past, just those different metrics, they help you understand where it is that you would like to go. And so, or what you have the potential to do rather. Here's the deal. A lot of us don't want to look at that historical data. We might think it's boring. We might not see the value in it. We might not see how could this help me today, but truly understanding where you stood a year ago, 4 years ago, 6 months ago, last quarter, really plays a pivotal role in determining what you can do going forward. It gives you a mindset of reality. It gives you a mindset of what your business is actually doing. A lot of times we get caught up and consumed with mixing what we want our businesses to do versus what they're actually doing. And the more you put yourself in front of your information, the more you put yourself in front of your data, the greater opportunity you give yourself to be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your organization. So number one, figure out where you're at. document, and for me personally, I like to look at several different layers of filtering, whether that's comparative from week to week, that's comparative from month to month, quarter to quarter, year to year. Particularly being with one organization for 20 years, there's a lot of data for us to filter through, and not only a singular data point like sales, but the expenses too. A lot of times, again, entrepreneurs get caught up in not looking at a true P&L, and so they'll get caught up with the top line and not really understanding what their business is or isn't making. And so, unless you're running a nonprofit, you want to know exactly where you are from a profitability standpoint and seeing where you can grow and enhance in that area. So definitely want to make sure that you understand, number one, where you were, so you can know where you're going. Number two, using your data to make goals. This kind of plays into the first point, but you look at what data that you have, and then you make a prediction so you can understand what bets you need to make in your business. And so hey, we've been trending a 10% increase this is just an example. We've been trending at a 10% increase over the last 6 months without doing anything extraordinary, without pushing ourselves, without really focusing on doing anything more. So I would encourage you, maybe hike that up to 12, 13, maybe even 15% with some intentionality around it. And so you can leverage the data, the trends that your business is producing. And I would encourage you to, in the beginning, to pick 3 numbers, 3 metrics that you're really passionate about. Probably one, a top line metric, a bottom line metric, and your biggest expense or your highest customer service measurable, either one of those. And so I would pick 3 from that bank of options, and then start to measure and look back and see where you are, and then establish goals, 1 month, quarterly, yearly goals for those areas, and then make adjustments along the way. Use and analyze your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. It's called SWOT analysis, right? And so when you're looking at those things and you put that level of thought and IQ against those things, you can definitely make some things happen. And when you set the goals, you predetermine what you want to achieve, and then you go out there and achieve it. The level of attachment you have to that performance and level of attachment that your team has to that definitely increases when you look at things that way. And then that pours us into the third point here, is using data to drive your team's performance. For you guys who are in people-based businesses where it's not just you, it's other folks that you're working with, data is extremely important. A lot of times, and you might feel like sometimes as the owner or the GM or the manager, you might feel like you're on the island because you're trying to do things, you're trying to encourage your teams, you're trying to push your teams to perform at a certain level. However, they're not understanding why. They might be looking at you like, well, what's the big deal? Why do I need to perform as good as you're saying? Or why should I do this? Or why should I do that? And the number one thing that you really got to look at and understand when you're doing this, sometimes sometimes us as leaders and owners, we're facilitating conversations with no data. We're facilitating conversations. We're data driven because we understand what our business is doing possibly, but then we're trying to articulate those things to people without giving them any insight on why, or the why to why we're trying to do what we're doing. And the data in a lot of instances provides whys as to what it is that we're trying to do. Once you have particular things earmarked and identified in your business as important, the measurables, and you've established baselines for those, you can give your team an opportunity to be able to hedge or figure out how they fit into those different buckets and how do they fit into those different things. And so I definitely would say leveraging data, communicating your goals to your team, giving them timely updates throughout the time in which you're trying to attain that goal. 25%. Once 25% of the window has elapsed of what you're trying to do, give an update. 50%, 75%. A countdown. Down to the deadline in which you're trying to achieve said goal. Giving that feedback, using the data that you have in your business to steer and to be the foundation for that feedback, I think is extremely important. And it really makes your teams feel included. It makes your teams feel like they're a part of what you're doing. It makes your teams feel like they have a greater buy-in into what's going on in the organization. So I sure hope that these things helped you today in terms of leveraging your data, getting acquainted with the numbers. You remember, one of my sayings is men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And I truly use that often when we're talking about what's going on in our organization, what's going on in the business. And so those 3 points really quickly. Number 1, knowing where you were to understand where you're going. Number 2, using data to make decisions, making sure that you got those things in place to understand, what it is that you want to do. And then number 3, using that data to lift the performance of your team. So making sure that you're leveraging the data so the people that you are training, working with, they know what your expectations are from a numerical standpoint, from a data-driven standpoint, so they can help you objectively make those things happen in your organization. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the TPE. Do not forget, be on the lookout for Lead Better. That's going to be our free virtual leadership training. Myself and a few other coaches from TPE will be facilitating a virtual training on October the 28th. More information will be coming for that soon. Also, there's going to be an offer for you guys for signing up. Again, this is free, 100% free webinar. But when you sign up, you're going to get an incentive, 20% off of your initial coaching call if you decide to book with us. And so we're excited to be able to do this. The plan is for this to be monthly. And so we'll give you guys updates as they become available. So until next time, TPE family, you guys go out there and lead to the best of your ability, care about people, and make sure that we're really answering the call of our leadership. And that is to influence people to do the right things, to influence them to be the best version of themselves. Okay, TPE, let's go make it the best that we can. Peace.
One of the core values here at the TPE is progress over perfection, because I believe when we chase progress, we have the ability to pivot into our next. When we are chasing perfection, it's a never-ending journey that can lead to burnout, that can lead to paralysis in production. When we are prioritizing progress, when we are prioritizing getting 1% better each and every day, that will give us our best opportunity to get to that next step, to get to that next level. I want to challenge each and every one of you guys to prioritize progress over being perfect. A lot of us are high achievers out there. A lot of us have high expectations of ourselves to perform at a high level. And that doesn't mean that we can't do that. When I say don't chase perfection, that doesn't mean, or that doesn't give us a license to say that we're not going to be at our best, that we're not going to try to do the best that we can. So let's not confuse doing our best with perfection. But we always want to make sure that we're moving forward, and we always want to make sure that we're going to the next level in our lives, and not putting the fact that whatever it is that we're doing, it wasn't perfect, stop us from getting to the next level. So I want to challenge each and every one of you guys to prioritize progress over perfection. Let's go.